Hal. Quail Studios Guitar, how you doing? Thank you, Bob. I'd like to know if the balance sounds good today. Don't want the guitar to be too loud or too soft so that you can hear exactly what I'm doing. Thank you for coming today. My name is Hal. This is Quail Studios Guitar. Did I already say that? Let me pull up my notes. Let's see here. There it is. There it is. Notes, where are they? There they are. All right. Last week, we talked about the major scale. And we actually talked about 2 octaves of it. And we also talked about playing it backwards. And we talked about playing it like this. Then playing it back like this. Today we're going to talk about the G major scale, and we're going to talk about the relationship between the C major scale and the G major scale. But before we get started, I want to thank Bob Schumann, who is our moderator for the channel. I love Bob. He's really great. Everyone give Bob some love here. You can see him on the chat. He keeps me in line and is a great support to the channel. So thank you so much, Bob, for your help. Really appreciate it. One more thing. If there's anyone out there that want to make chapter links for these videos, I welcome that. Do you know how to do that? I do this for another channel, for Paul Shin. He comes on the chat every once in a while. And on his channel, I've made chapter links for him when he has long-form videos. What you do is you write down, like say if it's 30 seconds into the video, you write down 0:30, and then you write down something like, chords, whatever I'm starting. And you do that for different parts of the video, and then you put it into your comment, and I can take that and put it into my description, and then it can become chapters. It's really great. So if anybody wants to do that for me, I would love that. Bob says, my pleasure. Let's see. Yeah, thank you. Dwayne, hello. Tom, Davis, hello. Who else have we got out here? Full Wave 2. I don't know what that is. Oh, that's Bob's alter ego or something like that. Anybody else out there that wants to say hi? Give us a like if you like what we're doing. Thank you very much. All right, so now we're going to jump into the G major scale, but before we do that, I want to show you one thing about the C major scale. Last week we talked about going below the C major scale. Here's your C right here. Here's your C chord. So we can go from C down a fret to the 3rd fret, the B note, and then the open A string, and then down to the 3rd fret on the E string. That's your G note. Peter Chow, hello. Welcome. On this G chord, what is that? Hey, how you doing? Good to see you. Have you been here before? Mbroughts, Brats. Glad to have you. Hey. Uh-oh. There you go. Is there audio echo today? Bob, tell me if there's any audio echo. I gotta turn this off. Okay. On our G major chord, your low note is a G, your high note is a G. 3rd fret E string, 3rd fret E string. We're gonna play the C major scale like that from G to G. Okay? So that's really the notes in the G major scale. The G note, 3rd fret, E string, A open, 2nd fret, A string, 3rd fret. Yes, he says there is an echo. Oh, God, I gotta fix that. All right, I'll fix that. Open D, 2nd fret D, 3rd fret D, open G string. Bob, we didn't fix this last week. We need to fix that today, if you have time. Okay, that echo I'm talking about. I just got a notification about how to fix it, so let's go over that today. All right, so if you play this, that's a C major scale starting on G, ending on G, and you know what? That is exactly like the G major scale, except instead of playing an F note on the on the fourth string, D string, where it goes D, E, F, we play an F sharp, which is one fret above. So it would be open D, second fret D, fourth fret D to the open G string. So if we play from G to G, you hear that do, re, mi, fa, sol, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, right? From G to G. I'm going to call those out one more time. Open, E string 3, A string open 2, 3, D string open 2, 4, G string open. That's your G major scale. Now I want you to work on this week. Now if you keep going, it's the same as the C major scale until you get to the E string first fret. You don't play the first fret, you play the second fret, because that's an F sharp to the third fret on the E string. So it's G note right there, G string open 2, B string open 1, 3, E string open 2, 3. So that's your, keep going, that's 2 octaves. And if you want to, you can keep going. Right? And this is how you do it. On G right here, you go up to the G. Now G is the third fret on the E string. You go up to the third fret above 12, which is 15, 15th fret. Third fret, you go skip, skip, so you're on those dots. Third fret, fifth fret, seventh fret, and then the 8th fret, 10th fret, 12th fret, 14th fret, or the second fret above 12, up to the third fret above 12. Just like that. Okay? That's how you do it. Let's see what kind of questions we have here. No questions. I just got a message. Let's check it out. Maybe I can change the echo right now. It says, in OBS, find the mic channel. Under the auto monitoring, currently it says monitor and output. Change it to monitor off. You should no longer hear the echo. Let's try it. Let's try it as we fly. Thank you for being patient. You know, what I've tried to do is actually download these, and I can download them, and then I can cut out the fat, like when we talk and stuff like that, and just put in the lesson. So let's see what we got. See if I can do this. All right, for those of you who are with me here, it says, find the mic channel. Well, we'll have to work on this later because I don't see exactly what I'm looking for. Okay, we're just going to continue. Tell me if it helps at all. I changed something. Turn this back up. All right, got to figure out where I am again. Thank you for being patient. All right, so we just showed the G major scale 1 octave. And then we showed it for 2 octaves. And then we showed it for 3 octaves. Right? One thing you can do, last week, you heard me talk about the C major scale and how you can play it across the strings. We talked about that. Oh, he says it's worse. All right, I'll change it back. Sorry about that. Give me a second. Okay. Now how is it? Yeah, I got that. All right, let me look and see what I've got here again. Oh yes, I was talking about that C major scale, like this. Okay, that scale right there, you can go up to the 3rd fret, above 12, which is the 15th fret, and play the same pattern. Okay, I'm going to wait just for a second to see if it corrected it all, because I did correct something. Back to what it was, better than after you changed it. Okay, great. Sorry about that. Tell you what, I will take care of this today and get it done. You know, I forgot about it last week. Okay, so we've got this. I need to actually print this or actually get it published to my supporters. If you're on my email list, I will get this out to you this week. All right, let's talk about, now that we've done that G major scale, let's give you 3 chords. I'm going to give you the G chord, D chord, A minor, so I got a G chord to a D chord, to an A minor chord. Now you can play that scale. Trouble staying within that pattern that I showed you. I keep wanting to go out of it. Like that, up and down the string. But this is a really good chord progression. So when you use your G chord to a D, to an A minor, now, I just played bar chords. But you know what? That G chord that I showed you, let me put the chords on the screen. I've got a mouse back here. Let me use this one. This is a good one. Oops. Why isn't that letting me go there? Okay, wait. There we go. I don't know, I was clicking on it and it wasn't working. That says A minor. Okay, that's an A minor chord. This A minor chord, the bar chord, when I play the first 5 notes, the low string, just like that. When I play the A minor like this, it's exactly the same notes, just in a different place. Okay? Now when I play the D chord, if I play it as a bar chord, just the inside notes on the A string up to the B string. If I play these notes here, those are the same notes. These chords are in the G major scale. And if I play the G chord, let me do it this way. The G bar chord, if I play the almost exactly the same. That's why I like this version of the G chord. So G chord is your first chord in the G major scale. You can use this one if you really want to. Your C chord is your 4 chord. This is the other primary chord. Very similar to the C major scale because those two chords are in fact, all the chords that we're going to use today, except for 2 of them, are in the C major scale too. Your D chord is your 5 chord, or your dominant chord. A minor is your 2 chord, because G, A, it's the second note of the scale. You can do the scale like this too. Just like you did on the C major scale. I'm going to put away my pick and just use my fingers. Like that. E minor. That's what we call the 6th chord, because it's the 6th note in the scale. G, A, B, C, D. Excuse me? Yeah. G, A, B, C, D, E. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And the other chord that I want to show you is the B minor. Now, if you can't play a bar chord, you can play it like this. Let's see. Okay. 2, 3, 4. 2nd fret on the E string, 3rd fret on the B string, 4th fret on the G string. Just do it like that. You could play an open D because it's part of that chord. You'd have 2 Ds in it. Or you could play the B minor like this, like that. Or you could play the B minor like this. Right, that would work. None of those are bar chords, guys. And then we have the famous B minor bar chord. Really, the only 2 notes that you have to hit with that bar are the A string 2nd fret and the E string 2nd fret. And that's it. You just have to hit those 2 notes with that bar. All the other 3 are done like an A minor chord on the inside strings. Just like that. And those are the chords in the G minor scale that we're going to talk about today. We're not going to talk about the diminished chord that there is. We love the diminished chord, but we're not going to talk about it. We'll talk about diminished chords later. Okay, so this week, do your G major scale, at least 1 octave, and then you can do the other octave. You can practice it like this. Oops, sorry. And you can do it an octave higher. Starting on the 15th fret, or the 3rd fret above 12. All right, let's see if I've covered everything. I'm going to look at my notes here. Now, if you need to understand these scales better, I've given you a different scale every week. I gave you the C scale, 1 octave. I gave you the C scale for 2 octaves. Now I'm giving you a different scale and some additional things to do. But you know what? You don't have to feel like, oh, I can't keep up because I can't understand it. Don't worry about it. It takes time to soak in. When I was a kid, and when I mean kid, I mean like 6 years old, 7 years old, 8 years old, I took organ lessons. And I found the notes that my teacher wrote to me. And in those notes was theory that I never absorbed until I was a teenager. I never really got it. I understood some of it, you know what I mean, some of the ideas, but really, as far as theory goes, until I really started studying it when I was a teenager, I didn't even absorb it really. So don't feel bad, just do as much as you can. Do a little bit, and you'll be fine. Hello, Lisa. Lisa Doe is here. Very good. Yes, Dwayne says, I just need to practice scales more. I never do. Yes, when you pick up your guitar and you're going to play, I want you to do, the first thing you do is to do like 5 minutes of technique. And so run a scale. If you need to work on your chords, back and forth, do that. And you can actually set a timer. You can get your phone out or whatever timer you want, and you can go, okay, here we go. Here's the timer, right? Ding. And then you can go, let's see, where's my timer? Bing, and just start it. Or, you know, if you've got not just a timer, but if you've got where you can backtrack, you know, 5 minutes, ding, 5 minutes, and just say, okay, I'm going to do this for 5 minutes. And for 5 solid minutes, do nothing but technique, like this. Or you can run a chromatic exercise. Now, I had a classical guitar teacher back in the 1980s, about 1988 or something like that, 87 or 88. His name was Joe. He was a classical guitar student at the local college where I was living in Cedar City, Utah. And he told me he practiced 2 hours a day on scales and technique and different things that he needed to do, and then 3 hours on his pieces. And that's what he did every day. He was married, had a job, went to school full time, and had a child too. I'm sure he didn't watch TV. I went, wow, that's amazing. Okay. I started to practice more. All right, let's see. So just do whatever you can. Now, an octave is 8 notes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. When I talk about an octave, I just want to make that clear for those of you who may not understand what an octave is. Now, if you're feeling that these scales are pretty easy for you, great. But if you don't understand them, if you don't understand how to use them, then you need to run them. Okay, let's see here. We talked through the primary chords. Let's go down and see my other notes here. Oh yes, let's do one more thing. So here's my chords. I'm playing G, D, and A minor. G, hi Tom, A minor. Yeah, give me a like if you like what we're doing here. So what we can do here is play the G chord, the D, A minor. What I'm doing here is instead of playing the whole chord, I'm just playing 3 notes in the chord. Playing the high notes. Open G string, open B string, and the 3rd fret on the E string. I'll show you why we're doing this. And then the D chord, of course. And then A minor. So it's from the high string, E, B, G string, it's open, 1, 2. Just like that. All right, now let's transpose it up an octave. So we're going to go 12, 12, 15. That's your G chord. So you bring that up 12 frets, and then you got your D shape, and then you have your 12, 13, 14 for your A minor, and that goes along with your chords. Okay, you can do that too. Hello, Joseph. Hello. Yeah, I'm going to fix my my echo. All right, so you can do that too. We'll talk about triads later, which are 3-note chords. We'll talk about that later and get into that more. Let's see. Oh, there's one other thing I wanted to show you. When you're playing your G chord, now if you do 1, 4, 5, it's G, C, D. You'll notice a lot of times I play it like this. G, like that. C, just like you would normally play a C. And then my D I play like this, with my second finger, third finger, fourth finger. I'm going to explain that really quick here. There's no way around it. You have to play G to C, unless you play G like this. Right? I don't really like that. It's just not comfortable for me. I actually like to play my second and third finger to my C chord. I'm really used to it. I've been doing it for years. Now my D chord, if you play first finger, second finger, third finger, you have to lift everything up and switch it around. And then you have to move your ring finger. That was 5 minutes. Down to your E string, like that, to play your D to G major chord. Now, what I like to do, I like to play my G chord like this, C chord like this, and then I bring these two fingers, my second and my third finger. My second finger goes down a string, my third finger goes to the E string, second fret. That's a D7 chord. And if you put your pinky on the third fret here, you can actually keep that finger, that first finger, on that B string first fret from C. And then you just slide up your ring finger, your third finger, to G. And I go from G to D, back and forth like that. Just like that. G, C, D, G. A minor, D, G. You need to practice your chords, remember? All right, thank you for being here. This has really, really been fun. So we've got our new chords. G, A minor, E minor. There's no F. Let's see. G, A minor, B minor, however you want to play it. C, D, E minor. There you go. Those are your chords. Thank you very much. I kept my B minor chord up there. You guys should have told me. I could have taken it off. I just kept it up there the whole time. What a bother. There you go. Yeah. Well, it doesn't interfere with the guitar, but you could tell me that kind of thing. Hey, take that chord off. Any questions? All right, I'm going to go hang out with my supporters over at Rock Out Loud. If you want to know how to do that, look in the description. I forgot to tell you this. I've got affiliate links, Amazon affiliate links, if you want to support me. What this means is you can click on the links in the description and look at some of the things that I've put there. These are strings and my guitar and different kinds of stuff that I use. You don't have to buy anything. But if you do buy something at Amazon, click on one of those links, then go somewhere else and buy something, and that'll actually give me a little kickback because I've taken you to Amazon. Or you can buy any of the things that I put there. Bob, he says, I was going to tell you about the chord, but I didn't want to interrupt. Bob, just interrupt me. Just interrupt me and say, you can even text me, Bob. Bob's got my number. Just text me and say, Hal, turn off your chord. That's what you're here for. You keep me in line. All right, thanks, guys. I really love you guys. Affiliate links, also links to Patreon and Subscribestar and my PayPal link in case you want to donate that way. But if you don't, you can't. You want to buy something on Amazon, just click on one of my affiliate links and go and do whatever you want there. Thank you very much, and we'll talk to you later, okay? All right, guys. Have a good day. A más. Thank you for coming. I'm still looking at the chat in case anybody wants to say anything. And I'm just playing the scale.